hosting this podcast, another episode, a special episode once again. I got a new friend, new guest. Please introduce yourself for the people.
I'm YellowboneTay, and yeah.
Okay. What's your real name?
Well, my name is Taya,
Okay.
but I go by YellowboneTay on Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
So YellowboneTay. So how do you get your name YellowboneTay?
Honestly, I picked it when I was like in middle school, and it just kind of stuck with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like someone gave it to you, you just picked it yourself?
No, I just gave it to myself.
Okay. So like, what's the definition of a yellow bone?
I guess it would be like a light-skinned girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I've been wondering, like, where does the term yellow bone like come from? Like,
that's the thing. So I've always heard red bone. I never
right.
Right. So yeah, I don't know. People always say I'm really light or really pale. So
like everybody, do you consider me light skinned?
Yeah.
People always say I'm light skinned, and some people say I'm not light skinned. Like it's like a mixture. Like
really not. No, you're definitely light skinned, but I know people have like their own.
Yeah.
They have their own views.
So, tell me about your week, like, and tell me about like how you doing today, how you feeling. Like it's Easter Sunday, so like, what's your mood today?
I'm feeling good. I'm basically working today, really.
Okay.
So I know everyone's resting because it's Easter, but I got the podcast with you, and I'm gonna do a photo shoot later with the photographer. So
Dope.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So, pretty much like your niche is pretty much like tell the people what your niche is like.
So I model, I do fitness, and basically just share like my lifestyle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So everything is like you do like social media, like you're like a blogger and things like that. Okay.
Yeah, I'm an Instagram influencer or content creator.
So what got you into doing things like that?
What got me into it? Really, I've heard that I'm photogenic, so I started taking pictures and posting on Instagram, and I got good engagement, so I just kind of like fell through with it. I always watch like YouTube videos, and I'm always looking up to people on Instagram. So I said, why not, instead of me just consuming myself with Instagram, why not be the creator?
That's kind of like the same thing, like the same outlook I have on it. Like instead of like, especially like dealing with like media and stuff, like I always watch it all the time, watching YouTube all the time. Might as well make money and doing something that you watch all the time. Like being an influencer, like what are some of the things that you got to deal with, like battle with?
The main thing is structure, like, cause you're not listening to anyone. You're making your own schedule. So if you're not productive, nothing's gonna get done.
Right.
Mainly like structure and organization.
Yeah, that's mostly like that's literally with like everything. Like I'm still learning how to get structure on it. I had to bring my mom in to get me organized and to bring other people in. Because other than that, I'm all over the place. Like I mostly just want to create. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily want to like think about like, oh, this got to be done at this certain time, and get things done on time, being punctual. It's all these things that go into like any business you're going into. Like people gotta understand. So, being an influencer, like, we're overhearing, like, a conversation we were having a little earlier. Like, has that, like, hurt, like, relationships or things like that?
Yes. Yeah, definitely relationships, just because, people will have, their own perception of me. So, I don't even know. I'm trying to think. But basically, they'll just have their own perception, and it'll just go left.
I feel like that's anybody in entertainment, but that's really anyone in life, because anyone's gonna have their perception of you. So like, it's kind of like, I feel like and I'm still getting used to this, as I get older. But like, I feel like as a person, you are who you are. You're the only one person. Everyone's gonna have an opinion about you. Everyone's gonna have something to say. So it doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like. With me doing music, people always be like, oh, you shouldn't do music, or you shouldn't do this, or you got to put your music out. First it was you shouldn't do your music. Now when they see me moving, now it's, oh, you shouldn't put it out this time, or you should do it this way. You know what I'm saying? And people will like, instead of instead of like encouraging you, they'll just bash you. You know what I'm saying? Because literally they just kind of spew their insecurities on you and shit like that. Like, it's definitely crazy.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, like I think in a relationship, like I've had girls tell me not to do certain things or tell me, you know, because that's their insecurities. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to necessarily see someone that they're in a relationship with do something, and then they have to look at themselves like, damn, why couldn't I do that same thing? You know what I mean? So, with being like, does that like stop you from wanting to be an influencer? Like, have you ever found someone that like didn't agree with you being an influencer and you went along with, you know, being an influencer, being with them?
Yeah, so actually, like my past relationship before really I started getting on Instagram, he didn't want me to, so it stopped myself from like wanting to put me out there.
Yeah.
And basically I said like, hey, I'm gonna have to do what I want to do, you know. And I would slowly like post pictures and post pictures and do my own thing. But then eventually I was like, you know, I have to get out of this relationship to get where I need to be. Right.
Because like I feel like a lot of females, like I have a lot of female friends, I feel like a lot of times they dictate their moves based on a man. And at the end of the day, like I feel like men, we're not. There's some men that are different, but most men are not about to dictate a move off of a female. So it's only the female's right to not dictate their move off of a male. So everything should be, you know, 50-50 with that sort. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you was to agree to that, I can almost guarantee, not to say that it wouldn't happen, I can almost guarantee that he would probably not agree to anything. Like, if you told him, oh, you can't go to a strip club or you can't do one of these things, he would have had a backlash, you know what I'm saying? But as men, that's something that we got to realize, because I think we just have a great us that we're dominant. So, like, everything we say go. So, you know, that's a whole nother conversation.
It definitely is.
But, so I want to get to a little more into like the social media thing. So like, what is like your schedule, like your work schedule, like as far as like your daily routines dealing with, you know, blogging and all that?
So I'm waking up every day at like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, and basically like planning my day. Like I have certain days where I'll like actually plan content, and then I'll have days where like I'm doing a photo shoot or. So basically, like one day a week, I'm planning something, I'm doing content, or editing and just reaching out to like my followers and stuff.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's like, isn't it like, so that's your full day? Like you don't have a day job?
Well, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I work at T-Mobile. So
okay. Dope.
I do that on the side, and then I help my dad out from time to time at his shop.
Dope. That's what we're here at now.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out T-shirts are you.
Dope. So. What is it like balancing like your job at T-Mobile and then doing social media? Like, does it get rough at times?
So, it does in a way. Thankfully, I mean, I work at a cellular shop, so I'm able to be on my phone all the time if I have downtime. But it does get hectic because if I'm working like during the day, I feel like I could be doing something else.
Right.
Yeah. Right. But thankfully, I'm part-time, so I have, like, that structure where I'm able to do my own thing as well.
That's kind of like where I'm at. Like, I'm in the in-between stage right now. Like, I've been wanting to get a job only because of the fact that I feel like I want to, like, make enough money to do random shit. Like, go out on a date, you know what I'm saying? Like, different things like that. Like, but I chose not to kind of, like, jump myself back into a full-time job just because, like, I feel like it was a time for me now to like kind of go full on into what I'm doing.
Yeah, exactly.
But and of course I have those little moments where I'm like, damn, like man, like I feel lonely and shit. Cause nowadays most females they ain't even trying to mess with a guy that don't got no. You know what I'm saying? You got a hope and a dream, nigga. But like, and then even really friends and shit. Like besides like my close day one friends. They don't really mess with me because they don't see the vision. You know what I'm saying? They're more like the you know my friends that I should be around because you know they're gonna take care of their kids. They're gonna do these different things, but they have a mindset of like you gotta do this. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be this way. It's got to be, you know what I'm saying, a certain way. But, you know, I made a conscious decision because I'm like, right now I don't really have any responsibilities. And then I kept putting myself into these relationships, and I realized, like, these relationships were really slowing me down. They're really taking money that I was having to really be able to put into my business or be able to put into being better. I'm giving it to these women because for whatever reason I find myself getting into spoiling women and things like that. So, like, just naturally, because as a man, you just want to be able to take care of things. That's me, at least. I know most ain't like that, but it's like a thing of, like, do you want to fully jump into your business or do you want to keep the job? You know what I'm saying? For me, I felt like now it's to a point where I do want to do the part-time thing, but I want to be able to get my business rolling to where I can someone can either take over pieces of the business and then I can still go and make my extra money that I want to make.
Right. Yeah, so that's basically why I pick part-time. Because I'm like, full-time is one, two-time consuming. But part-time gives me, like, the leverage of still having availability to do what I need to do for my business. Right. Yeah.
So how does, like, do you make money from, like, the social media and posting and stuff like that?
So I haven't yet. I'm working towards that. But I have gotten, like, brands to either just notice my page, repost, or I've done, like, someone sent me clothes just to put on my page.
So, like, how do you get paid from social media stuff?
So I haven't made a check yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm trying to get there, hopefully. Okay. But basically I'm just reaching out to brands, hoping that they see my page and I get, like, codes. Yeah, so I'm really just, I'm more so spending money right now because I'm trying to get them to notice my page because I'm a really small page anyways.
Right. It's just like promoting yourself and marketing,
Yeah, and if I love the product, then they're going to see that I love the product.
That's dope. So I think, so do you have like you have a YouTube and all that, right?
I do. Okay. I'm not active on YouTube. I have a camera and everything.
That's where you gotta. That's where you gotta attack. See. Yeah. Now, like, I could already see you could be like a dope, like, person, like, interviewing artists or something.
Really?
Like
see,
that.
that's what I wanna actually get into that. I got a couple business ideas. I'm gonna run that by you.
I'm trying to tell you, this is what I the podcast creating shit. This is what I do. Like, I just always miss the people that they don't necessarily have the drive. So, like, my mom, you know, now that she's dealing with the business stuff, she always gets mad all the time. She's like, you always bringing somebody. I'm like, yo, he said he got this. He said he could do it. If he got it, he got it. Right. I'm to the point now, like, you know, I'm real into, like, the higher power, whatever you believe in. So, like, God to me, like, tells me, like, yo, like, you need to just keep on giving people opportunities. If they gonna stick, they gonna stick. If they're not, you know, it is what it is. So, everybody I come in across, if they have a talent or something, like, I just want to mold it because, like, I feel like that's what I'm here. I put on the earth to do. Like, you know, I may not be the most talkative person all the time. I may not be this and that, but, like, I could put people in position even if I don't have, you know, even if I don't have no money at all. You know what I'm saying? I could still do something for somebody. That's, like, really my main purpose. So, you know, I'm on, you know, I always bring people in that don't necessarily have the drive or don't necessarily have the initiative because it gets tough, like, when you, like me, bro, I haven't, you know, we've been communicating, so you kind of know, like, my schedule, like, I don't really sleep, like, I just constantly, so it gets difficult when you bring other people that don't necessarily have that same mindset. Like, you always end up getting drained out, or you always end up, you know, feeling some type of way, you know what I'm saying?
Or feeling like you're doing more of the work than they are, I have the same thing, though, because I have friends that I feel like they have potential, but they don't want to work towards that potential. They don't want to wake up early. They don't want to go to sleep late at night. They don't even have responsibilities. Like, I got kids. I'm waking up early with them anyways, on top of me waking up earlier than them. So,
because it's all about what you really want. It's all about sacrifice. You got to make sacrifice what you really want. Like, I had me and my boy, my business partner. He basically runs half of everything with me. We talk about all the time. Like, we deal with a lot of artists, and we have a little label, so we deal with a lot of artists. Like, right now, I'm dealing with disgruntled artist to the point where it makes me want to not even have a label. So like now, like to the point where like this how selfish people can be, right? So like it's almost to the point now where as now I kind of transfer me not handling things as much as my branding and my people that are in my team handling those things. Now more people will actually be wanting to do things for the company. Before, when it's me doing it, it's like, oh, I don't want to do shit because Jamar's doing it. Because, you know, not only is he running the company, I'm paying him. They don't want to necessarily pay their friend. Right. Like people, I deal with that all the time. Like I deal with that in every industry, any business I do. Like the person closest to you sometimes don't even really want you to be bigger than them, or don't want you to be up. When they always look at it like, oh, he's the boss. You know what I'm saying? Like, you dealt with one of my closer friends. When when she calls him, it was like, I guess to him it's like, oh, he got someone calling me, dealing with. Oh, I don't want to work for him. Like I wasn't doing it. I was doing it before he was, and now I want to work for him, and it's not that. Yeah. It's more of a, because right now I wish someone would hire me for something. Some of the production deals, some of the production things that came to our way, I'm like, yo, why don't y'all try to come to me for a job? Because I'll work for y'all. You feel me? Like, because I feel like I'll learn more from. Like I'll work for a company that's in my field. Now, would I want to work for Walmart? Maybe not. Right. You know what I'm saying? But like. You could learn from anyone. So, for sure. So, how do you deal with like friends that are maybe just around for the journey? Like, you got a friend, you got a girlfriend that's like her page ain't as popping as yours, but she trying to get her shit popping.
Yes. I'm like kind of dealing with that right now. I don't even know how to deal with that because you have to be mindful, like. Making new friends in the industry, you're gonna experience something. There is something that I don't want to say like something that they want, but at the end of the day, everybody wants something. So, yeah, I'm kind of dealing with that now. I don't even know how to deal with that.
I'm trying to tell you, like my boy, he said he was like, yo, like, I told him, I was like, yo, why everybody like seeming like always had this problem with me? And I don't be doing nothing to nobody. Like everybody just seem to hate me, yo. Like, and he was just like, bro, you like when you doing something, people gonna hate you for it. Like it is what it is. Yeah. And it's like me, I don't see myself as doing anything because we get stuck in that train thought, that mindset now in this day and age that everything equates to followers and equates to different things. Like, even just going to JMU and someone noticing me and being like, hey, yo, David. I'm like, fuck, like, that shit weird. To me, in my mind, I'm like, it's only this amount of people that are engaging with me online. But that don't mean that you're touching people, that you have touched people in your real life. Yeah. So then the real life sometimes travels further than the internet. You just never know. No. So, like, it's one of those things, like, for sure. So, Molly, got any questions?
Yeah, a lot. A lot. So you mentioned that you have kids and the balance of it. How do you balance a part-time job, kids, and reaching for your dreams, the things that you're trying to do?
Basically, really just, I try to, and I don't want to make this sound bad, but I try to schedule time. It's really time management, but I schedule like a specific amount of time or just special time with my kids. So if of course I'll wake up early, do my mom thing that I have to do, get them ready for school and stuff, go to work, and then when I come home I'm gonna give them that time, and then when they're asleep I'm working. Right. Yeah, all over again.
Exactly. Yeah.
So basically, just managing my time and managing my sleep for real.
So time management and sleep. Absolutely. Yeah. So you're saying that you are social media influencer, basically, and that is one of the roles that you're going to go. Are you going to tie that into, I know you said that you're still trying to figure out the kinks to it, to making the money to it. Right. So are there other avenues of things that you're going to do to connect all of them?
Yeah,
we'll connect that.
Basically just, so my brand will be one thing, which is YellowboneTay, and then I'm finding out like different, basically mostly what my followers like, finding out different businesses that I'm gonna do from that. Yeah, and then that'll still be on my page, but not be like my face won't be it. Because that's another thing. I feel like when people start businesses, they want to just straight up put their face on it, which is cool and all, but you know, you gotta separate some things.
Yeah, you take away an audience, take away a certain audience. Like that's something that I had to learn with the Gmon thing. It's like I'm an artist, it's David Lamont, and then if I'm putting my name next to the Gmon brand to help artists and want artists to pay, they're gonna be looking at like, I don't want to help him get money. So like, it's like you gotta separate certain things. You know, I was listening to podcast interviews all the time, and I think it might have been Lil Durk. I think it was Lil Durk. No, it was Waka Flocka. And he had said when he was, you know, he's married to Tammy. So he would say Tammy would come, they'll go to some hotels, and he'd be like, "Yo, hey, you know you own this, right?" And she wouldn't even know, like, you know, it's because his name's not on nothing. But
crazy.
And he was like, "Yo, like that's the type of, you know, that's to me, that's why I'm like, yo, like that's the type of like the things I want to be able to do, you know, be able to just put your imprint on something, not even need the clout for it. It's just, you know, it's just about money and about just knowing it's there properly."
Yeah, like I have in mind to have an event coming up, and I want to like, of course, promote it, but it be separate from YellowboneTay. Yeah, because I don't want people, because you know, some people like you, some people don't.
Yeah,
they don't have to like me. Just like my business.
It's all right to have haters. It is all right to have haters. Like that's the thing. That's the thing. But really, we're in the same business, so that's the thing. Like I want to be able to basically give off my life, my whole life, to people. They can judge it how they want to judge it. Somebody can relate to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's basically I'm allowing people to basically come into my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whether that be good or it be bad. You know what I'm saying? Whether you hate it, whether you like it, you know what I'm saying? Somebody's gonna, you know, get to it. So that's how I look at it.
Right, because I was going to say that. I was going to piggyback on that because when you were talking about the friend, and I noticed that too, is that when you have friendships and you have this brand and you put your brand out there, then sometimes people that are around you, that are closest, they don't buy into what you're doing. But if you have something else that is an aspect of something of your business, but it doesn't necessarily have you, they're going to support it. So it's like another avenue of getting people to buy into your product and not necessarily buying into you because they don't really, you know, for whatever reason, jealousy or whatever comes in. So, and I know I'm sure you experience a lot of that on a daily basis. Like constantly, the haters. The haters.
Thankfully not as much, but
right.
It does happen.
Exactly. So how do you deal with stress?
Really, the gym. That's my...
Yeah, I was looking at your page. I was gonna ask you. I was like, "Yo, can I work out with you?" I'm trying to get back I'm trying to get back on a workout with you.
I got you. Yeah, I'm actually thinking about doing something like that because so many people ask me, but I'm like, like I don't know, take away from my gym time. But no, I'm definitely like looking to do something like that too.
I used to play soccer, so I'm used to the gym. It's just mainly just trying to get started back up, like because. Now that I haven't been playing, I've loved like just not having my body feel sore, just being cool. But it's tough to restart getting yourself when you feel like, oh, my lungs can't take it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, it happens. I have my times where like I'm going to the gym. Like I go like maybe I used to go every day or so, but yeah, I go like 3-4 times a day. And then sometimes I have my breaks, so I'm like, dang, I don't want to go to the gym. I don't even feel like it. And then so it's like an up and down battle.
How do you feel like when you leave the gym? Like how does that make you feel?
Honestly, I feel like I'm fully accomplished for the day. So I'm like ready to tackle on whatever.
Like every time I go, like I feel like before I go, I don't want to go, but then once you get there, everything's cool. It's just like everything. For real.
Seriously.
Like, sometimes you don't feel like you want to like. It's been a lot of times I go to interviews and I don't necessarily want to like go to the interview. But like once I get there, I end up meeting somebody, say something that is like a gem or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You never know what comes about it. That's one reason why I keep doing the interviews. Like people always ask like, why do you do it? Why you do it for free? You know what I'm saying? Mostly it's because you don't I'm trying to create a platform for people to have their voice. You know what I'm saying? So it's mainly for them.
Right. So then, so you work out at the gym, which is good. Do you do other things like meal preparation or eating types of things? Like what's your diet like and stuff like that?
So my diet, basically, like with my whole like weight loss journey, I changed my eating first. Then I started like going to the gym. So yeah, I try, if I don't even go to the gym, I'm trying to like have a balanced diet. So yeah, I'll meal prep, or I'll just be mindful of what I'm eating. And yeah. Okay. Because honestly, like, what you eat is how you feel. Exactly. And your brand is about that. It's just taking care of yourself and your body and your inner side and your outer side. You know, which is important.
That's my next step of growth. Like right now, like eating, taking care of myself, all types of shit. Like before, I was just telling my boy, I was like, man, before I started doing this music shit, like I was like real, like I used to get my hair cut all the time. Like I was more into like other things because I wasn't so focused. Like I have a personality where once I get focused on one thing, like that's it. Like I'm always gonna be focused on it. So like it's like a thing of like I guess a balance. You want to be able to balance everything. Like I want to like now I'm working on organizing my closet at home so I can just get to my, you know what I'm saying? Like I want everything to be like easier and just accessible so I'm not losing things. Like I done lost my keys mad times just because everything is all over the place and I'm always focused on one thing. And then you got your creative life and you got your real life. And then like we're always here in creative. I'm always in creative land all the time. So like that sometimes it be lacking like over it. My real life be lacking at certain points. So like, and now I've been spoiled not having like a female or having a person or friends or anything. So I'm been spoiled with just being able to just go at my creative side. Sometimes I don't even get a chance to like talk to my grandparents, things like that. I'm trying to learn balance, balance life. You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm trying to figure out the same thing.
It's tough. It's definitely tough. Like definitely tough. So like, how do you balance like relationships and things like that?
So that's the thing. Relationships, I don't know. I kind of put that on hold for now because it's like it's a distraction, and really I want to just be full creative mode. Like I don't want
unless you're with somebody. I think if you're with someone that's in that field. I've never really dated anyone or talked to anyone for whatever reason. I don't know why we never really go for the things that we should. Like I've always gone for like females who are more like they look at life at a different pace. Like they're like, I could do that, but I'd rather just get drunk on the weekend and just turn up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't know, for whatever reason, like I guess maybe I had that in my mindset where I'm like, yo, I could make her believe into doing something. You know what I'm saying? And then like most of the time you can't change people. You know what I'm saying? They gonna try to bring you into their world, just like you're trying to bring her into your world. So it's like it's a whole learning process. And then at the same time, like I feel like now I want to be able to, like I learned from my last relationship that you should have yourself all the way together, even if it's not, especially if you're dealing with people who don't have their shit together, because you're gonna end up fucking your shit up, trying to bring their shit up. So you know you end up messing up everything that you work for, everything you got to your foundation. You'll end up ruining that, going back and trying to pick somebody else up that hadn't even made it there, and really don't even want to have the aspirations. And when you bring them there, sometimes they'll go.